Good afternoon, everybody, and this is probably the most spontaneous bit of narrow casting I've ever done. I'm actually caught in a traffic jam about an hour out of Bangkok, but I do have some important news that I wanted to get to you as soon as I could. So I'm trying to drive, keep my eye on the traffic, and make sure I'm communicating with you. This is probably highly illegal. However, let's press on. I mean, I'm only doing about 5 kilometers an hour. So the news is, and I can't respond to you or anything at the moment, so please don't try and ask me questions. I'll just do my best to provide you with this information, and then we'll leave it at that. But the situation is that about an hour ago, Thailand's public health minister announced that he was cancelling. I hope this is all coming through. He was cancelling the need for people to present vaccination certificates when they come to Thailand. Now, this obviously has changed a lot over the last few days, and as I mentioned, I believed it would continue to change, and it has again. So it looks like there's been a lot of pressure put on the public health minister by, for example, the tourism and sports minister, even the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that have been under a lot of pressure from other governments to change the situation. It seemed quite capricious when it was introduced last Thursday, and obviously a lot of people thought it was just going too far to handle the proposed reintroduction of people coming in from China. But the number of people coming in from China is not going to be a flood. It's just going to be, I can't pull over, so I've just got to continue doing this. I'm in 3 lanes of traffic and there is nowhere to pull over. I'm in the middle of a freeway with concrete barriers on each side. So yeah, I think capricious is a very good use of the term. So that those announcements were made last Thursday. It's been changed 3 times since then, and it's driving me mad. I'm sure it's driving a lot of people mad as well, especially those people that had flights booked. They weren't vaccinated for whatever reason, and now they're in a situation where they're trying to figure out whether they can actually come to Thailand. Now, the announcement that came in yesterday was saying that it was only going to be going until January the 31st, and that they were going to allow people that weren't vaccinated onto a plane. And yeah, somebody called me. That's how I've heard about it. The phone just started going crazy. People saying, "You'd never believe what's happened." So they were going, this is as of yesterday, they were going to allow people to come to Thailand without a vaccination certificate, in contradiction to what they had earlier proposed. And this is number 5. Number 1 saying that no, they do have to have vaccination certificates, but they said no if they do a PCR test when they arrive, with absolutely no explanation as to what would happen to people if they happened to test positive. Anyway, all that now appears to be thrown out the window. So after 3 days of pain and suffering, confusion, you obviously saying, what the hell's going on? Me thinking, oh my God, I hope I can get some good, proper information, because what I posted this morning is now incorrect. And that just makes me angry, because all I ever want to do is trying to provide you with accurate information and make sure I can decode exactly what's going on. But as far as I can tell you at the moment, the public health minister, Anutin Charnvirakul, who is becoming increasingly unfavourable, I think, to a lot of people in Thailand, and well, especially outside Thailand, has announced that they're scrapping any need to present vaccination certificates for people who are coming into Thailand. That's about the latest information I have. Just changing my hand here. So it really is very confusing, and I apologize if I've inadvertently misled anybody with providing the information that I have. As far as I know, the situation is, as of 1 hour ago, the Public Health Minister has cancelled the need to present vaccination certificates for people coming into Thailand. Now, I have been a very good boy. I've got my 5-star Marine shirt on, so thank you very much to 5-star Marine for their ongoing support. I have no idea why I'm mentioning that in the middle of this. I am driving very carefully. I know I'm talking to you. I'm only doing about 5 kilometers an hour. It's a traffic jam about I suppose I'm about an hour out of Bangkok, but it might be a little bit longer now because of this traffic jam. So 3 lanes are just crawling along under a new overpass that's being constructed. I'm not sure if you can sort of see that, in Samut Prakan. So a lot of roadworks going on. And I'm just using this opportunity to provide you with the news. So for those people that have just joined us, the news is that the Public Health Minister, Anutin Charnvirakul, has cancelled the need for people to present vaccination certificates when they come to Thailand. As I said, I think he's been put under a lot of pressure. And we also have to remember that, of course, that the the unofficial election campaign is well underway, and this was going to really cause him personally a lot of loss of face and probably the loss of a lot of votes, particularly when he sees himself as the the Prime Minister elect. I think this particular situation has put him really on the back foot, and he's going to have to make up to the Thai people by re-encouraging people to come to Thailand and fixing up this completely unprofessional mess that he alone has caused. So, I know people say, you keep on repeating yourself on these live things. The reason is that people are joining us. But for those people that have just joined us, it doesn't look like you need to worry about your vaccination certificates. If you're coming to Thailand, the situation has been cancelled. And that means all that pain, all those people worrying, losing sleep at night, thinking, what the hell am I going to do? Can I change my flights? How long is this going to last for? If I get to Thailand and I test positive, what's going to happen to me? Well, we didn't know because there just wasn't any information. So that's about the best I can do. And hopefully we've been able to bring you up to date here on TNT. And we are aware that people have already, like who were flying yesterday and today, have already been denied boarding, getting onto planes because they didn't have the vaccination certificates. Now they've got to get this information out to the public, out to the check-in staff, out to all the airlines, the consulates and the embassy ASAP. And I mean like now, because you can go to different consulate and embassy websites around the world and they've all got information that's contrary or different, because they've been posting information from Saturday and then yesterday, and probably the information from an hour ago that you don't need vaccination certificates. Dennis, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. It will probably take another 2 or 3 days to get onto the embassy websites. In some cases, probably longer. So a complete schmozzle. I can't think of any better word. And in all my time here in Thailand, I've never seen a mess like this. I've never seen such willful and capricious change. They're just sort of making it up on the go. Why did they come up with this whole idea in the first place? It didn't really make sense. Of course, they've got the opportunity. They're in the position to run the country, and they thought it was a good idea. It didn't seem to the rest of us like it was a good idea, but they did. And now the Public Health Minister seems to have backed down on this, and he's going to have to wear the flak. And if you've got any problems, don't yell at me. Don't write that you hate the news and it's my fault, as some of you do. Write a letter to Anutin Charnvirakul, Parliament House in Bangkok. It'll probably get there. So that's about all I can tell you. I'm going to concentrate on my driving. I've got to put a program together tomorrow morning to try and explain this. So Everything that you saw in this morning's program for the first 5 minutes, forget about it, because the situation appears to have changed, but I haven't got to Bangkok yet, and it could probably change again by the time I get there. So that's the information from about 1 hour south of Bangkok, and I'll be bringing you the program tomorrow with probably a whole lot of changes again tomorrow morning. But that is as of, what's the time now? About 3:30. This came through at around about 3 o'clock. And for those people who have just joined us, there's no need to provide vaccination certificates when you check in for your flight to Thailand. So we're sort of back to where we were a week ago. So there you go. Thanks for joining us, and I thank you to all those people that are going to abuse me for doing this from the car, but I am doing it in a very safe way. I've got my eyes on the road, and we're driving very slowly, but I will concentrate back on the driving. See you tomorrow, and thank you very much to Dennis for that very kind donation, and to everybody else, thank you for dropping in, and hopefully we've been able to bring you up to date from my little Honda CR-V, signing off, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. Please, by the way, if you could share this link, send it out to as many people as you can, because, well, that'll help me, but also it'll bring everybody up to date with the current situation. Thanks for watching.